It's tough to do the hard things and easy to go dark. We're here to help you see the ways to find that special spark. The things we fear, feel near at times, and hopes and dreams seem so far. Sometimes the darkness enables us to find the strength to fight. We're here to help you find that light and the joy and contentment and love you deserve. We are the Chatbox Vail, your mental health and emotional wellness podcast here in Eagle County. Join us weekly. It's time to shine. Welcome to the Chatbox Vail, everybody. We are your mental health and emotional wellness podcast here in Eagle County. We come to you from High Five Access Media, our home away from home, where we bring in the most special guests, and we always try and do something to preserve our minds. And if you're spinning out or anything like that, we always have a different guest, a different variety of people that come in to give people so many different ideas on how they can find a little bit of a community here in the community. So today is really special because it's March 31st, the last final day of Women's Appreciation Month.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so we decided to do it on the final day just to really just kick butt and talk with you ladies. We have Yvonne Glassman and Heather Ludwig, and you guys are with the Vail Valley Businesswoman. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Oh my God,
We're
you're
so excited.
It's a puppet show. Yeah. That was really cute. I like that. I love that you guys came in and we've been talking about getting you in here. There's nothing more important than female empowerment, especially in a man-driven space, even if the space is very wide and big.
Yeah.
And you all have been together for so many long, in fact, you're coming up on your 50th anniversary, which is super duper incredible. So I'd like for you both to introduce yourselves and tell us what you do for the Vail Valley Women's and what your roles are and what it means to you to be part of that.
Yeah. You want to kick it off since you're the president?
Sure.
Thanks, Heather. I'm Yvonne, and I am the president recently. I just
Congratulations.
became the board president in, I think, September
Nice.
of the organization. My job is to keep the wheels spinning, and most days it's really easy. We have a great group of women on the board. We have an excellent group of community members that are involved. Our membership is growing enormously.
I love that.
Our last 3 events have been sold out.
Wow.
So we've been working really hard to just kind of evolve the business. Like you said, it's our organization because it's been around for almost 50 years in 2027. So we're trying to bring it up to speed. There's some things that it's just time to be like, okay, let's make this a little bit more modern.
Oh, I see. Like what types of things are you thinking?
Well, our website needs a little bit of updating.
Oh,
so
you need
we're
a
working
vamp.
on that. Need a vamp, need a little bit more engagement on social media.
Gotcha.
Our events are becoming less of that old school chamber mixer style where you're just passing out business cards and more
Nice.
of opportunities for like real connection with people.
Well, I like that because if you have a certain type of atmosphere, even if it's a mocktail or a cocktail party, you're one-on-one with each other and you get to engage and you get to see each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not quite the same as just like, here's your card and then, let's see, do I have interest in any of these people?
Totally. Like in February, we did an event and it was kind of like pitched as for the introverts, and it was with Dewey Dabbles down in Eagle, and we sat down and we painted. And
That
so you
must
got
be
to
a
sit
wonderful,
with
fun
people.
time.
Yeah, and you had something to do, so it wasn't so small talky. Like we're trying to avoid the small talk and create real connection.
And also, I would say that the people that are coming now are different. There's always some new member that's coming in and joining us. So it's really awesome just to, go to a space where it's not the same crowd every single time. People are bringing other people in. So we're really creating that buzz. And I think on social media, we're just trying to make more of a presence, utilizing TikTok and Instagram a little bit more. And
That's so good. Well, I mean, sometimes we hate to admit it, but social media does serve a purpose.
Yeah.
If you do it properly, it's a really wonderful tool. You just try and stay out of all the little rabbit holes that everybody jumps down.
Right.
If you stay out of those, you're great. Because I use it too, and I'm definitely a lot older than you guys, but it doesn't matter. I will always use it for promoting the chat box or any other things that I do. So it's very, very important to me to keep the positivity about social media alive and make people understand that it is good use
Yeah.
for our time and our minds and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm looking at you and you look like you're like 10. I think you're so cute.
I wish I
You
was
have
10.
the baby's face. Just want to touch it and pet it.
I just turned 30, so I really appreciate that.
Holy crapola, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you both look super young, especially if I look back in the mirror, so I'm not going to do it. But so tell us what your role is and how long have you been with the...
My role, I'm the marketing chair.
Nice.
I started in March. One of my former general managers asked me if I wanted to come to one of the events. I said sure. It was at, what's that? Second Street Collective, that speakeasy vibe.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it was. And at the time, they had a marketing board position open. I didn't know about it. They announced it, and I kind of just raised my hand. I'm like, I'll do it.
Wow.
And so I've been with the board for a year now.
And has it been the best decision?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've met so many women and made so many connections, and it really spearheaded my community involvement. Like, I'm very passionate about getting into the community. I haven't lived in the Vail Valley forever, so it's super important that I am involved.
I noticed that a lot when Jen, my co-host, who I apologize is not here today. When she first moved here, I guess just about 3 years ago, was looking for community.
Yeah.
And I know that I did turn her on to the Vail Valley Business Women. She was just getting here, and I've noticed that it's kind of nice. I don't see it much in guys because guys they'll meet on the mountain or at the bar. But women want community. They want to feel part of something. They want to feel like they belong something, especially when it's a positive, exciting thing. Yeah. So that's why I love the Vail Valley Business Women, because first of all, you don't even have to be like
corporate.
Right. That was what I was going to try and say. Because I've been to a few of your things, and I'm far from corporate. Yeah. I'm a radio host, and now I do podcasts, and I play with dogs.
Yeah.
So that's the key that people have to realize, that this is open to almost any woman here. Maybe you don't even know what you want to do with your life yet.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with joining this community. And a lot of people feel isolated here, mostly women, because there's just... you never know where to step. You don't know which direction to go. So that's why bringing lovely women like you guys on to give people a great idea as to maybe something that they haven't thought about doing and joining. And you're always looking for new members.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always.
And women also have different ways of relationshiping versus men. So like men are their relationships don't go as deep.
No.
And women are always looking for these like really deep emotional relationships, but women cycle through more friends than men. Like, dudes have the same friends forever.
I know.
But women are looking for like a give and take. And
That's correct.
So I think that it's more important for women to have these opportunities as they grow and shift and change as a person. Like, who do I resonate with right now? And
100%.
who am I like getting that connection versus maybe just like skiing on the mountain for a little bit and having a beer and then not talking for a month.
Exactly. Well, I can attest to that generationally. I might have a few people that I still stay connected heart-wise that I might have grown up with, my neighbor that lived across the street and my other best friend, but for the most part, people who do not serve you, I call them spirit vampires, soul suckers, whatever you want to say. Those are the people that, and it takes years to hone, but you do find yourself eliminating a lot of negative energy in your life as a female when you realize it's not even to serve a purpose for any kind of, selfish reason, just to have a give and take, and for not to get sucked dry by somebody that's consistently at you just for what they can get out of you. And so you learn, you grow, and sometimes you can even disconnect from a friend that's been there for 20 years because people change. They change. They go their different ways.
Yeah. I think, too, with the Vail Valley Businesswoman, it's a great space. You were saying about women's relationships or go a little bit deeper, but I also feel like sometimes it's harder to approach women. But this is like that open floor to meet women.
Right.
And you're kind of on the same page because you're at the same kind of community networking session where
Like-minded
you both are
women.
Exactly.
Professional
So it really,
organization.
it really opens that floor.
And it can't be
for-
awkward because there's nobody else to talk
Exactly.
to. You
Yeah.
have to be a woman to talk to a woman in that
Right,
place.
right. Like, there's a level of with it being a professional organization that
Absolutely.
you're like at a certain place in your life, right? Like maybe, like you said, you don't know what you want to do next, but you're at a certain place where you're like, okay, I'm in part of a professional community. I'm past like being in my younger years of partying and part-time jobs and things like that. And how do you connect then with women who are in that phase of their life? And what does that look like? And,
Yes.
we do have some people who have been with it for a long time, but most of them aren't retired. So you're kind of honed in with women who are in a certain phase of their life. And I've found it's been really helpful. I have kids. So opportunity to like meet other women who are doing it all. Like, okay, how are you balancing kids and ski and, all the things?
Everything. And I mean, I feel like women are also quite organized creatures.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think there's always a locked-in OCD in our minds, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be detrimental, but there is a locked-in, making sure everything is right, and it's, like I do not have children, and I still admire, excuse me, any female that runs a business and has so many other things going on and then raises kids too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
flow.
wow.
And I think too for me,
I'm a girl, I can't believe it.
I think too for me, like being a younger, like 30, and coming in and seeing women like Yvonne do the damn thing, it's like really inspiring. Like she doesn't stop. And so I think also the younger people that are starting to come to the events see that as well.
That's wonderful. And do you notice that women are trying to gauge what they want to do with their lives earlier in life than the way it used to be?
Oh, I don't know. I'm almost 45, so
wow, you both. What do you drink? What's in the water? And I want some.
a lot of meditation.
Oh my God! Look how zen their faces are. I'm so cold. Oh my God, you're like perfect. Neither one. You look the same age almost. It's crazy.
I mean, I don't know if that's a thank you to you. But
No, you both look
me.
10.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know for the younger women, but I do hear women Heather's age that are like, I am wanting to have kids a little bit later, but also I'm seeing like you as a mom are able to be super successful. I run lots of different businesses and I run my kids and like how it flows, it can happen. I'm not stressed.
That's amazing.
Quality time with my kids. Like you can do it all. There's a level of organization to it.
Right.
And you don't have to. And like I think there's respect for the women that are like, I don't want to have 9 businesses. I just want to raise my babies.
Yeah.
Well, there's that too, and it's okay. There's women that do not want to retire. I don't think I want to ever retire
Me
per
either.
se.
I agree.
You know,
I just want to
mean?
work less.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're building towards that goal. That's a manifestation within your own self that you can get to whenever you're ready.
Check in 20 years and see if I still
20
believe that.
years.
And then maybe I'll be like, no, I'm in my best retired life now.
Yeah. Hey, you never know what's going to happen, so you can't pick
Right.
the amount of years. That I've learned. I used to think I was going to do so many different things, and well, my life never went in any direction I thought it was going to go into. But,
Same.
Yeah. But what I do love about this community and your organization is that if anybody feels isolated or alone, or maybe feeling like I read on social sometimes that people they don't have any friends. They're looking for things to do. And like I have recommended the theater company. I've recommended the arts classes that we have here. And I highly recommend the Vail Valley Business Women's because you all do a lot of fun things, first of all. You do. You have some events coming up that we're going to chat about. But it's also pure respect. Everybody is looking to each other. There's no judgment in this women's group. Totally. And that's what I love because women can judge. They can be quite judgy. But here it's a safe space. Yeah. It's a great place
and
to
I have
be.
a really good story. Just at the last event we were at, I've been inviting like a friend of a friend. She's new to the Valley and she's just been struggling. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her business. She doesn't really have any friends here. And she came to the last 2 events, and specifically the last event we were at, we were kind of chatting. She's like, I'm just feeling really lost. Like, I do love these events. And somebody overheard us, talking about how it's really hard to make girlfriends in this valley. And she put out her phone. She's like, put my phone number in. Let's get drinks afterwards. And, so it's really awesome to have women come to this event and be so like-minded and be so open and like, yeah, it's hard here. Like I've lived here for 20, or the person that, took our number and everything. She's like, I've lived here for 20 years. I'm born and raised here. It is really hard. Here's my number. Let's go do something together. And so that is just like why I really love the Vail Valley Business Woman.
Well, that's incredible. And it just gave me serious hair dancing on the arm because I love that. I see no reason why women shouldn't hold each other up high and support each other. And just, we need each other.
Yeah.
We really do. Yeah. And so when you guys have I know you have like a networking social. So what you do is, that's a monthly thing, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And you meet and you greet, and it's not just like you said, just passing out business cards and hoping somebody's going to talk to you while you stand in a corner. This is more of a social environment. Tell me what it's like, the atmosphere for one of your social events.
Typically, there's like a theme lately.
Oh, nice.
So that wasn't how it used to be, but we've kind of been leaning into this. That. Like, let's talk about something that's of like substance. So our last one was at Vail Valley Wellness. They had just opened their new location in Eagle, and then next door at Vintage Green, which is this cute little boutique for interior design. Home store for interior design. And so we were like, okay, well, how do we make this something that's engaging and not just, here's my card and or talking to the same people. So for that one, we had these little conversational corners, and we took all the spaces and wrote some prompts, and each room was themed in a different theme. So like one was on leadership, one was on how do you take care of your health and wellness, one was on connection and networking. And so you kind of just floated and we're like, what do I need? There was no structure to it. And then you just sit down and connect with the women that were in that space around some prompts. And the prompts you could use or not use. Yeah. I found the conversations were really organic and lovely and good opportunities to like really connect. And then our next one's different. We're doing Vibrant Health, and they're new.
Vibrant Health?
Vibrant Health. They're a new concierge medical service. She's got private membership, and she's a new member of our organization, so you can go look her up online. I actually used her right after COVID. I was having some inflammation and some crazy stuff with my body.
Okay.
Local health people did blood work. They're like, you're fine.
So what's the difference between what she does and modern?
Well, she does modern medicine, but she specializes in women's health. So when they looked at my blood panels, she was like, well, if you look, this is just barely out of range, and this is just barely out of range, and this is just barely out of range. And when you put all that together, that's why you feel the way you do. So she was able to help me be on some hormones and some things that balanced all of
you are
up.
At that age where things start
where things start getting a little off, especially after COVID. Because she was like, you got a little adrenal fatigue. I was like, no way, I feel great. She was like, well, that's because your baseline is now really stressed. And I was like, no, it's cool. But anyway, she's hosting. And then Elisa at Evolve Day Spa, she's been around forever. Yeah. And then we're going to kind of flow between the two to talk about women's health and aging. I love that. So Vibrant Health will talk about more the medical side, the hormone side, and then Elisa's going to talk about skincare as you age.
I'm coming.
Yeah. So it should be super, super fun. It's a
and that's April 8th.
That's April 8th. Yes. In May, our one after that is going to be at the Barn in Minturn, and we'll be talking about promoting and marketing yourself as a business owner and an individual.
I just had a light bulb moment.
Yes.
If you go to the Barn in Minturn, you have to have everybody wear their sweats and do some swinging yoga.
Okay. I'll ask Tracy. She's a new member too.
But could you? I know Tracy. She's really good. But could you imagine how much fun the women would have together? Because that would just get you
swing,
just swing around.
That would be really fun.
I know.
I saw she's doing dancing too, and I feel like that would be fun. You and
dancing
line dancing?
Is I would love line dancing. Much fun. Line dancing's almost too easy at this point. I want to learn some of these new things that are going on. I want to spin around on my back.
Okay, we'll organize that for one of our socials. And
break dancing
So, I mean, just get yourself out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah. But I think that's what's important. Whenever you do get out of your comfort zone, that's when you connect with the people that are around you. Like, totally. I met my partner here, Jen, through improv. They have improv through the theater company. Yep. And I was like, I've done stand-up comedy for like 30 years, and I've never been good at improv because
always
it's totally different. So I decided to join the class, and let me tell you something, just being so awkward and weird, I have so many new friends. new, awkward, and weird friends. And it's really cool because you find people that are a little different and a little that are like you. Yeah. And I mean, with a room full of women, where is your place coming up over at on the 8th?
That one's the one that's going to be at Vibrant Health.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and do sign up. Like, if people are going to come, go to our website, sign up in advance because we have been selling events out.
Okay, what's your website, Vail Valley?
vvbw.org.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, it'll be the same. It's going to get a little facelift because it hasn't had one in a while.
Who knew? We can all use one.
I know, right? So, it's probably getting to be that time.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's going to get a little lift, but in the meantime, all the information's there. You can
that's
find
good.
everything you need.
And I know that you have a great site anyway, but it's always good to revamp. Spring's coming, rebloom a little bit, get a little color and excitement in there, and people will be more excited to join in. And what does it do? How do you feel when you can make somebody become a new member of your organization? What does it feel like to get somebody that really, really was looking for something and they finally found their thing?
Well, I think it's awesome because there's a lot of different memberships you can do around the Valley. So somebody making the investment in us is like awesome. They're seeing that potential and the networking connections that we have to offer. And I just think our membership is growing tremendously.
That's
We
great.
just raised our rates. So like a lot of people were locking in before we raised those rates. We offered new membership opportunities as well. So we're doing more marketing for somebody that is a member. So just giving them a little bit more in what they're
trying to elevate
And
the events.
membership does have its privileges. What do you get as a member aside from all the fun social stuff?
It really kind of depends at what level. Don't make me go through all of them right now. 'Cause there's a lot.
We
But
only have 30 minutes.
Right? But truly, there's different levels for different size organizations.
I
So
gotcha.
some of our larger organizations like Berkshire Hathaway, they have the biggest one because they
I
have a lot
see.
of women who come from their organization and can join underneath.
I
So
see.
you can put like your whole big corporate. But then we have memberships that are set up at a lower rate that's for people who are like the entrepreneur and they're just starting out and they're like, I'm the only one and my funds are limited because, like new businesses, actually all businesses, it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
So, trying to keep pricing in alignment with what works. The membership has different levels of what's included for your
I love that.
for your events, but different levels for marketing. We're working to get better with the marketing through newsletters and radio and things of that nature. Social media, we've been doing a much better job with.
Good.
So, marketing is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Is getting your name out there because our social page is pretty big. I
That's
feel like
good.
we're in the would you say like 2,200?
haven't looked
We're
at it.
over 2,000.
Wow.
It's Vail Valley Business Women on Instagram. And so there is a good, robust thing there. It just hadn't really been updated much in a while.
Gotcha.
So
That's
Heather and I have
consistency.
been really kind of trying to make it engaging and fun and repost things for other
Why
people.
not?
Because marketing is hard.
Yeah. You can even repost some memories of some really great events that you had had.
Yeah.
This was a great memory from such and such a time. And, people see you having a good time and they just want to be part of all of that. And I do think women feel displaced here because, there's way too many guys.
There are a lot of guys.
And so they feel almost bombarded. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like a nice escape just to have a women's group, just to be a female and not have to ward them all the time. Yeah, I have that problem.
It's also less intimidating. I mean, I always
of
felt
course.
like just being around women, I feel like more like myself. And I don't
Yes,
have to
absolutely.
fake things, and it's just a little bit easier.
You don't have to fake things. It's very true.
I joined because I own a female-dominated industry. Like I own a yoga studio, so it's almost all women, right?
Now, you talk about your yoga studio for a minute because that's also empowering for the mind and body and spirit. And
I own Yoga Off
wellness.
Broadway and Eagle. It's
Love
going to
it.
be 18 years old in August, which is crazy.
God, you are the entrepreneurial person.
I own a lot of companies. I run like 4.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to know all of them
But
now.
the yoga studio, it's been around forever. And same community. Like, what can I do to help build community? And it is insane just to watch the community that has built and that I was able to sustain through COVID.
Are you serious?
yeah,
Did you
we
do
were-
online or how'd you pull it off?
So the day I kind of had an inkling. I'm pretty intuitive, and I was like, something's about to go down. So I started recording classes. I hired a friend of mine, Sean Boggs, who does videography, and and then I also had Capture the Action
Love them.
start videoing things before we had the shutdown. I was like, everybody, we are going to do
Good
this.
mind.
And then the day we shut down, I had everything ready to go. So I automatically started live streaming from my basement. Funny story. Here I am. My ex-husband was a cop with Vail, so he was, working. And I am at home teaching live classes from my basement. My kids were kindergarten and second grade, and they're homeschooling at this time. And I'm downstairs, like, doing my Zen, right? And everybody's, all the little faces up, like Brady Bunch. And my kids are upstairs, and they're good kids, but they start, like, just getting into it over something. I can hear them. And child's pose, and then I push mute, and I ran upstairs. I was like, everybody shut up, I'm teaching yoga. Came back downstairs
And Zen.
and breathe out.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So we kept it going, and in the community of people there is why we were able to keep it going. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I had moments where I was like, I have no income.
Right.
I'm still having to pay rent. We got no forgiveness. I'm still paying bills.
Yeah.
Like I just took not even a grant. I have to pay back. I took out a loan, a big loan.
Wow.
To keep paying my staff and keep the business.
But that's
open.
special and amazing because a lot of people just said, go on
No,
your
I wasn't
own.
gonna give up. And I had times where I thought about it, and I had a couple of my teachers that were like, we cannot give up. My teachers, some of them taught for free during that time because we literally didn't have it, but it kept people engaged in a community. Yeah. And it was an online community at the time. I think we were able to go back in person about 4 months after. But still, it was social distance. We could only have 9 people in the room. So we kept the virtual going. And we just did all the things.
It's impressive that you had that foresight to get stuff ready. You'd be good at the stock exchange.
I know, right? We'll see. No, that's one thing I haven't touched.
But you have that kind of mind.
The community was important. So point being, I felt like I'm in this female-dominated industry, but I'm also in this industry that a lot of it is quiet. So you come in, you do your yoga practice. Everybody kind of chit-chats and they do their thing, but I wanted to connect with women that were on the level of the organizing and were on the level of, like, the business mindset.
And the louder types.
Yeah, right?
Like me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Heather's kind of soft-spoken.
You are soft-spoken.
She's like, I'm not.
Give me a few more minutes.
You want a tequila.
I do. Nice.
So I wanted an organization to meet with other like-minded women that were, like, organizing things.
Yeah.
And then, like Heather and I met, and I was super excited to meet her because this, like, some of my other businesses are in home services. I own Glassman Services with my husband, which is flooring. Okay. And then he owned Glassman Signature, which is all contracting. Oh, and then I bought a flooring store in Steamboat last October, Operate Flooring. And so I met Heather, and Heather was like, you're with Peak Plumbing.
Yes, Peak Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
And I was like, oh my God, it's another woman who's, like, working with dudes. And like, construction. It's like a totally different energy than Zen yoga. Yeah. So I was, like, really pumped to meet somebody like her and, like, get to know some of these
guys
women.
Cool these days? I mean, like, I come from the Me Too. I was Me Too to death. Didn't know I was getting Me Too to death. But so it's not like, there's a strange sound in our head.
It is.
Sounds like a motorcycle in my head.
It does.
It was a motorcycle. That was weird. Okay, I'm just glad you're with me, so it wasn't just me that heard that. I start to worry. It feels that when you have the dominant figures as men that you're working with and around, sometimes you leave yourself open to a little harassment. Is it not that way with you guys now?
No.
Oh, yay.
No, our guys take care of us. Like, we had a customer that was kind of yuck that came in. Yuck. And I texted one of our guys, this is when I was in Steamboat, I texted one of our guys cowboy. He's got, like, the hat and the knife, like Steamboat Springs, Ooh, yeah. And I was like, hey, Joey, I got a situation up front. So he comes up, knife out, sits up. He's like, we help you, sir? No. Like, they take care of
So they respect you and love you and care about you. See, that's amazing. That's one giant step for mankind. I'm not kidding. Right? I mean, seriously. It was, I used to show up at one of my jobs and there would be a Victoria's Secret catalog, dog-eared, saying, I think you would look good in this.
That's something that really never bothered me. I mean, I'm from New York. I worked in
me too.
No way.
Oh, gee, yeah.
What?
I lived on Long Island
Long
until I was
Island.
11.
East Coast.
My God, yeah.
Where are you from?
Poughkeepsie.
Oh,
I love Poughkeepsie. That's so funny.
I was originally from Belmore.
Oh, so no wonder we all have attitude.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't know. That stuff never really fazed me in New York. I think it's just part of the industry. And I know it kind of sounds like, come on, we have to take this stand, and I get it.
But I didn't either take a stand. I was like, oh, God, this guy's such
shake
a
it off.
gross
I think
pig.
you know when somebody's actually a gross pig versus like
when
they're
their
just
hand is
making
going up your skirt.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we
so
don't have that.
we don't have that, and
Or your
that is not our
overalls.
business.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, all the guys are
love that.
awesome, and we've grown our space, and we have like a lot of women that work for us now as well. So it's
I think
pretty
that
awesome.
shows a lot for female empowerment too. I think that women put the energy out there that we're not going to be treated that way, and men get it and respect it and understand it, and they're not out to be that way. I think when something looks like it's the norm,
Right,
people follow
totally.
along
They're being
with it.
taught differently. I've got a son. He's 14.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's teach him different.
Yes,
You know
absolutely.
what? You see it even in, well, not maybe it's just the media I consume, but I think that it's changing.
Yeah, I mean, there's still those men that think the women's place is in the home with barefoot and spatula in her hand. I'm like,
for sure.
smack, wake up. We
Yeah.
are so far beyond
Yeah.
that. But you can't change everybody.
No.
And you can't judge everybody because of the way they were raised. So you just never know how people think and feel. But I'm really, really happy to know that you guys are all surrounded by wonderful people, men, women alike, that just you all are treated equally and with respect and just love. And I think that's wonderful. I can't believe how many businesses you have, lady. And you're only 45. That's amazing.
I've only worked for someone else once.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I quit on more people. I want.
I'm not good at working for other
I'm not
people.
either.
I'm probably not even very hireable anymore because
I'd hire you in a second.
You would?
Oh,
I wouldn't hire
100%.
me. I'd be like, ugh.
You
Well,
have
if I had
grit
a
to
big
you.
conglomerate, I'd hire her in a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm not out for any more jobs. I think I'm.
Yeah, I
good.
think you're good, right?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
There's some people out there looking for work. Are you
married
hiring in any of your companies?
we are looking for a really good project manager
You hear that?
in the summertime for our Glassman Signature, our contracting
Nice.
company. I married an entrepreneur. My second husband, he was an entrepreneur, and like when we started dating, he was working for someone else, but he quickly quit, and like we went into business together. It's not as like glamorous as it sounds. 2025 was like very difficult.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, but how cool is it to have a partner? Like
It's amazing.
my husband and I got married only a couple years ago.
Aw.
3 coming up this July. But 2025 was like, us just like holding on for dear life, being like, oh my God. But then also to be like, all right, everything around us is really, really hard, but our marriage is not. So
Hey,
I do
that's
recommend
beautiful.
like go through it with somebody like that before you marry them. Be like, hey, so you want to start a business?
Well, I have to tell you, my husband, who I've been with for over 20 years, but we've only been married for about 8. I'll never work with that man. But we get along like two best friends, like two peas in a pot. I mean, we sit up and laugh till weird hours of the night, goofy. I mean, it's just really funny how we are so perfect together. But no. He's a restaurateur. So he owned a restaurant out here for several years. And I literally wanted to kill him. I'm like, I can't take order. Who are you talking? So yeah, I just stepped away from that, and we're golden, and everything's fine. But there's some couples that get along perfect, but you put them in like a work environment together, and it's not the best. But I'm so glad it works for you guys, and you feed off each other.
Yeah.
And that's great.
I think the hardest part is just being like, okay, so we need some boundaries on when we're not talking about work.
Sure.
Because it's real easy to be like, and what about this? And how about
And you
this?
want to keep it balanced with romance
Totally.
and marriage and business and important stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we just kind of had to feel out like, all right, so when we close the business, we also close conversations about it. We have to remind each other to be like, like turn your phone off. I got one of those little brick things.
Oh, I've seen those.
Have you seen
things.
those?
No,
Yeah.
what does it do?
You stick them to the fridge, and then you can set a schedule for your phone to just turn off.
Yeah.
And then it goes off until you push it against the thing.
Oh.
So you have control over your
So you
own
can't just ignore
time.
the limit.
You can literally have your own time span that you're going to spend online.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I try to have my phone just shut off. At first it was at 6, and then that was too
That's
early.
like prime business hours.
Yeah, that was like too early. And
Yeah.
then I moved it to like 7:30, and I I do still get text messages, but I go to bed really early.
Oh, you do?
Really early. 8:30. I am
Oh
in
my
bed.
gosh.
But I'm up
what
at
time is it now? We gotta
I
get
know
you
it's almost my
home.
bedtime. I get up at 5 because no one's up then, so I can like do my best working and creativity then.
Oh, if you're about to tell me you do like an hour of aerobics or something
No,
before
no,
you
I do
start
20
your day,
minutes of
I'm gonna
meditation.
smack you.
No, 20 minutes of meditation. My husband does that. He gets up and works out.
I need a mini you on my shoulder.
I'm still in bed. So I like wake up and I lay in bed and my husband brings me coffee.
Aw, mine does too. I love that part.
Sit there with my coffee and we do our meditation together, and then I do like all my social media.
You meditate together?
Yeah. Wow. I got him to do it without forcefully being like, you should meditate. I just was like, this is how I stay calm, and it sets my
I'm sure he enjoys it.
He loves it now.
Get a lot out of meditation.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We're not like sitting there for an hour.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm laughing because I did meditation with my boyfriend once.
Yeah.
He was stressed about something, and I was like, let's close our eyes and just breathe. And we're like doing breathing, and I'm closing my eyes, I'm opening them to see if he's opening his eyes, and he's opening his eyes when I'm opening mine. And I'm like, close your eyes, and it was funny.
That's okay. This is what it's like to stretch with my husband. He's 11 years older than me, so you can tell he's kind of up there, but he's also got a lot of energy and stuff, but he doesn't like to bend.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to bend after a certain age.
Yeah.
And so this is I've tried to get him to do some yoga or meditation, breathing and stretching with me. This is what it's like. I'm like all calm, and we have this music, and I hear, ugh, oof. Oh. So it's like, get out.
Oh my God.
There's no zenful moment because he's grunting the whole
Men are
time.
so dramatic.
It's like, oh.
That's my kids when I try to get them.
Yeah.
to
Really?
stretch. Kids are like the most unflexible things ever.
That's so funny.
You would think they'd be bendy, but they're not. They're very tight.
I'm too bendy. I'm one of those hyperflexy people, so I need to get some muscles going on and keep that. And the fact that you do have a yoga studio, I want to attest to the fact that yoga, the most important thing for women as we get older are our bones.
Yes.
Maybe not the most important. Maybe our minds come first. But as far as our keeping ourselves intact and upright and healthy, it's bones. And your bones, you can build your bones and you can keep them strong and you can do a lot of different things. But yoga keeps your bones strong because of the balancing.
Yeah.
And so I really believe that any age is good for yoga because I'm a highly stressed out. I'm not stressed out, but I'm a stressful type. I have a high anxiety and I'm always that way. So, I will have an anxiety attack during meditation. Get to the knees, I can't take it anymore. I'm busy waiting for that.
Yeah.
But there's other ways to meditate too, through music and through sounds and walking, or just concentrating on words that are just this big, and then you just keep reading it over and over again. And it's all about concentration, but you need your balance, and yoga gives you balance. And while you're balancing, your muscles are not growing, but they're strengthening.
I'm actually a highly anxious type. That's probably why
you don't seem it.
I know. I started yoga to get it under control. I thought until I was probably like 24, 25 that everyone thought they were going to throw up during the day. I was like, oh, no one else feels this?
How come nobody else has bags on their shoes?
Right? Everybody else isn't like this inside. So I started doing yoga, and it I didn't start with the sit-down meditation. I started with the part where you're moving and breathing, and it just
anxious,
slowed my brain down. If you had asked me 20 years ago to just sit down and be still,
forget it.
Yeah, I'd probably jump out of my skin.
I was doing that too, and then I have a friend who's been doing yoga for 35 years. She actually lives in San Miguel de Allende now, and she has a yoga retreat.
Nice.
Yeah, she made her whole life about it, and it's amazing. But the first time I took a yoga class, this is weird, because I am highly anxious, just like you said, you were high-wired, frenetic.
Yeah.
Let's
People's
say
bodies
frenetic.
are just wired
Everybody's
differently.
different. Well, she used to try and con me into going to one of her yoga classes. This is when we lived in Florida. And I was always like, I'm angsty. I don't want to sit there.
Yeah.
She goes, no, we're going to move. We're going to flow, blah, blah, blah. Well, I took my very first yoga class, and thankfully I went towards the back, and she's, like one of my closest friends, but I didn't want to be up close in case I fell over. By the time the class was over, was it vinyasa?
The last part, Shavasana?
Shavasana.
The lay down and sleep?
Yeah. Well, in my case, it was Shivasha cry. I don't know what the hell happened to me, but the first time, when we were laying there still, it was like water. It was coming out of my face, everything. I was sobbing, like hard sobbing is what I'm trying to say. And I didn't understand it. And the whole class emptied out, and I'm still laying there like, and so she goes, she's going to be all right. I'm like, why am I crying so much? She goes, we have surfaced everything today.
You moved all the energy, your nervous system. Well, have you ever heard the phrase, the issues are in your tissues?
No, but I love that.
No, but hand me a box.
Yeah. So, like, everything that happens to you in your life, especially if you're overwhelmed, like, everybody's like, oh, trauma is like this big T dramatic, like you watch someone get shot thing, but it's not. It's like anything that happens, like, let's say you're at work and somebody says something that like really upsets you, but you're not going to be at your desk and cry, right? I mean, maybe you are, but more often than not, you're like, you're just like,
Yeah.
So you shove it somewhere, and then it just hangs out there.
Out in your tissues.
Yeah, exactly. So all of these things, you just kind of keep putting them in there, keep putting them
unhealthy.
in there. Yeah, and your nervous system, once you give it a place like yoga, it's like, okay, I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to give myself a safe space to let go of these.
Yeah,
I like to think about, like, when your dog gets hurt, what does it do? It, like, runs into something and it shakes, right? It, like, shakes it off. Human beings used to do that, and we don't do it anymore.
No.
We used to shake and sing and
we would walk it off as kids. Right.
Exactly, and we don't do that anymore. And yoga gives you that opportunity to take whatever it is and flush it out. And that's why dogs, I mean, some dogs have picked up anxiety, but that's why most
from their humans.
Yeah, most wild animals are like, oh, I got chased by a lion. Shake it off. All right, cool. I'm going to go back to eating grass.
Yeah. But domestic dogs, unfortunately, have anxiety because of the humans.
It's okay.
I babysat for dogs, and like they're sitting there like this, and the owner's like, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. Here's your notes, and it's and then they peel out of the driveway, and the dog's like, thank God that bitch is gone. It's just funny because it's just. We do put our energy out there, and it's not only with humans, it's with animals and everything that we surround ourselves with. I have empathic feelings. I'm not like an empath. I don't sit there with my cards.
Yeah.
But, but I can feel energy off of people like major, crazy. And a lot of it, sometimes, especially nowadays, is negative, and I can pick up on it, and then I find myself all cranktified like they are. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
A yoga class would be doing me a very good service right now.
Yeah, you just need an outlet. Some people it's singing, some people it's dancing, lifting weights.
Right.
Do you lift weights, Heather?
No, but I sing in the car. Windows down, that's my therapy.
That's cool. I mean, lifting weights is great because it gives you that strength too. But singing is something, even if you can't sing well.
I can't sing.
Singing can pull all of your emotions. I found myself crying in my car singing a song. I'm like, why am I crying?
But same thing. Yeah, same thing.
It's all something that gets something out of us. Our tissues need to, I guess.
It moves the issues out of your tissues.
I like that. I like that. I'm
too.
sitting on my issues a lot. I got a lot of issues. No, but it's really true. And I'm so glad that we got a chance to talk about several different things. But before we go, we have some really good things coming up. And I want to talk about, first of all, I can't believe it's your 50th anniversary.
I know we have some time, but we're going to have to throw a party.
Yeah. Well, let me know when it is so I can help promote the party.
MC?
Well, we also need to...
I would MC your party in a heartbeat. Sweet.
We also need to figure out who is the longest standing member.
Yes, I haven't been able to figure that out yet. So if you're in the Valley...
And Jennifer Lilo's been a member for a long time, hasn't she?
I don't know. So we don't have the records that go back that far.
Okay. Yeah.
So if anybody's been a member for 25 years or longer, they need to email us. They can do my email, president@vvbw.org.
Perfect.
Or Instagram, so we can start putting this together because 2027 will be here before we know it.
Yeah, you can have like a little homage to the veterans.
I know. It'd be so
I would love
cool.
that.
Yeah. So cool.
I'm gonna check with my friend Jennifer. I know she's part of it, and I don't know how long, but she might know some people that are been there for a long time, for sure. So that's exciting. 50 years of empowering women and getting females together and having another community that you can belong to. You don't always, we all have families, but we don't always all like our families, but we can always create new families. And through the Vail Valley Businesswomen is another family, and it's really a wonderful, exciting thing. Now, I know you have your networking thing coming up on the 8th, but then something else is coming up, and it's not that far away because we're on the last day of March already. So June 13th, you have a very special benefit. And I also emceed for them one time for the Bright Future Foundation. I did one of their,
like an auction type thing?
Yeah, I did one of those for them, and it was really fun.
Awesome.
So this is going to be an annual fundraising event for you guys, and this is how you get a lot of your means and necessary people to come in and give and donate and all the other stuff. Do you know anything about what you're going to do for that fundraiser just yet?
Yeah, I think, one, we want to do a silent auction. Obviously raise a crap ton of money for a Bright Future Foundation.
Nice. They're
and
amazing.
I think what we're really aligned with is making this an event that people remember for years to come, and we can keep promoting it. I just recently was at the Carpenter's Ball for Habitat for Humanity, and something like that is super inspiring for us to eventually get to that status where we can really create fundraisers that change people's lives in whichever way and sponsor Bright Futures or whoever it is we decide. And
so you take a different non-for-profit organization every year.
Every year. And men are invited to this one.
Yes.
So we made it so that it's co-ed, so that
That's
everyone
nice.
feels like they can bring a significant other. Our only ask is that it's 21 and up.
Okay.
So there is open bar and we'll have food. It's going to be at the Sienna Valley Club.
Oh, nice.
Which is beautiful. We have a great location.
Yay.
We'll have a live band. We're working on fleshing out the rest of our theme, but it's going to be really cute.
Oh my
I'm going to keep that a
goodness.
secret until we announce it on social.
All right. Well, I'm excited.
But yeah, it'll be an awesome ticketed event. It is going to be limited to 150 people. So just like Carpenter's Ball, every year I do not get in because I don't know. Next year, text me.
I get, you need a cowboy hat and a rhinestone dress.
Right? I get the FOMO. I'm like, oh man, one of my yoga teachers works for them too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could only have a limited amount of people.
Yeah, we only have 150 just because the way that the venue's set up. So it's going to be, kind of special and intimate. But, I think that's great because it gives everybody an opportunity to really connect with people. The silent auction will be online, so that will be open to anybody.
Are you looking for people to
We are
donate
looking
for
for
that?
donations for the silent auction.
Okay.
Yep, we just started those efforts. We already do have some fantastic
That's
people who have
amazing.
donated for us. So I'm really excited about
It's
that.
going to be wonderful. I just love things like this. Everybody gets together and they're all celebrating just good stuff. It's all about positivity. We need as much positivity in our orb right now than we can possibly get. And if we try not to allow ourselves to let all of the stuff out there filter in, we can stay happy and content and stick together and keep each other, even hold each other accountable for our contentment.
Totally.
Well, and we need community.
Yeah,
and this is
without a
the
doubt.
community and
Without
it's
a doubt.
promoting
In
the
person.
community. And
In person. And
I
there's a
know.
lot to be happy about. I mean, truly,
Sure. There's so much grateful.
There's always stuff to not be happy about, not to dismiss everything.
No, but you don't have to harbor on it.
Exactly. There's so many things to be happy about. And when you really take time to focus on what's going well and
That's
what's going
right.
great, then you're like, wow, I have a lot of things to be really grateful
Exactly.
for.
And a lot of these things are fleeting. They will go away.
And we just live in such a beautiful
Right?
place.
Yes.
I mean, we're from New York. New York's beautiful in its own ways.
In
but
its own great
we're
way.
on vacation every day. People come here for vacation.
Yeah. I feel like I live on vacation. And I have to
know.
say that whenever I do feel a little overwhelmed, I go right to that river and I sit on the river and I listen to it.
That's what
And
we
that's
do.
a meditation too. Really?
Yeah, my husband's a
listen to-
boater, so
Aw,
he's
that's
like,
so
everybody
cute.
on the boat.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
We have a ducky.
Oh, the duckies are fun.
Duckies
those
are
are
fun.
fun.
Yeah, until you run them into a rock. That's another story. But I can't thank you ladies enough for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I think that the Vail Valley Businesswomen is something for all females in this community to check into. One more time, give out your website and maybe a connection through marketing as well.
Okay. So you'll want to visit us at vvbw.org or find us at Vail Valley Businesswomen on Instagram.
Great. And I know that you send out monthly letters all the time. I get that.
Yeah. So sign up on the website. It gives you all the things you need there for membership. And if anyone has questions, they can always email us. We get it. If you info@vvbw.org, we all get it. So
And then to add to that too, we're always looking for people to host events. If you feel like your space is
totally host your events.
we could host it right here. We could just have a women's podcast.
Wouldn't that be
with
fun?
50 women and just all.
Well, we have a stage
vibe
downstairs.
off
We
each
could
other.
do a whole round table situation if we need.
So hosts, and also we like to have a speaker panel event sometimes. So if you feel like you're a good speaker and you have a lot to offer, also reach out to us. Either Yvonne's president at vvbw.org, or you can even do info at vvbw.org. Or social media is always DM us. We'll always answer, but definitely always looking for speakers and hosts.
That's wonderful. And I know, I love talking and hosting, so I would be there for you guys anytime, without a doubt, be there for you guys and anybody else that is interested. I know a lot of colorful people out here that would have a really good time hosting an event or an auction. Or be a speaker. I mean, we have a lot of those speaking things nowadays, voices, Valley Voices, and all of those things too. So it's really wonderful, and it's cathartic, and it's empowering to be around you ladies, and I love you both for coming in. And I can't thank you enough for all that you do, and you just remind me of her mini-me.
I wish Yvonne is actually somebody that I really look up to.
I can see you following in such similar footsteps, whether you take the same journey or a different journey, it doesn't matter. Your passion and your light is just big.
Oh, I appreciate
It's very
that.
big,
Thank you.
she reminds me of you.
Well, I would love to be a serial entrepreneur like her
A
one day.
serial-
That's
on
the
your
dream.
way.
So it's
I don't
really
know.
inspiring.
Well, you have the
to-
right person to coach you.
I do.
That's
for
for
sure
sure.
do.
Well, I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. It is Yvonne Glassman and Heather Ludwig from the Vail Valley Businesswomen here at the Chat Box Vail, your mental health and emotional wellness podcast. And if you want to join a community, the Vail Valley Businesswomen is such the perfect community for you. Thanks for tuning in. We're coming to you from High Five Access Media. Have yourselves a beautiful day. And for the final and last day, Happy National Women's Month. Woo! Something like that. We do it again. Happy National Women's Month. Woo!
That was worse.
And scene.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, that was so much fun. And I'll cut that part.